At this point, we have a pretty good idea of what the 2025 SE4 is going to look like. It's going to cost under $500. It's going to have Face ID, no home button. It's going to basically be an iPhone 14 body. It'll have a 6.1 inch display. It should have an OLED screen, which includes a notch. It'll feature USB-C. It should still only have a single camera on the back, but the single camera on the back is allegedly going to be a 48 megapixel camera. So you should have the ability to digitally zoom in. So you effectively have two cameras, but still only one camera. And it'll have the A18 CPU. And all of that, that's great for not the SE lineup. The SE lineup historically has been 4.7 inch or smaller displays. The first iPhone SE was a repackaged iPhone 5S, same design and everything, just updated specs, same form factor. The next SE was basically an iPhone 7 or an iPhone 8, same everything, just updated specs. And then the iPhone SE 2022, the third gen, was the same thing as the second gen, just upgraded specs. These have historically been very small phones. At this point, we know what the iPhone SE 2025 is probably roughly going to look like. The leaks are always relatively accurate. I'm making this video because I want to tell you what the iPhone SE 2025 should be. And I actually have a version of it right here. This is the iPhone 12 mini. This is a 5.4 inch display phone. This has an OLED display, features a notch and Face ID, no home button. It's a size that somebody with small hands like myself can fit in the palm of my hand quite nicely. This is what the iPhone SE 2025, iPhone SE4 should be. I really don't understand why they're upgrading the size of the display. I think I sort of get it because everything's just gotten bigger. Apple makes massive, almost 7-inch screen phones at this point, and it's frustrating to somebody who likes the smaller phones. The most recent smaller phone that you can buy is an iPhone 13 mini or an SE 2022. Those are the two small phones that still exist. And I think that this is exactly the form factor that Apple should return to. And if they want to hit that $500 price tag, what I would suggest that they do is they make this an LCD display as opposed to OLED. I don't think we need that. I understand a smaller phone requires more pieces to fit into a smaller space, obviously, so potentially the engineering should be difficult. However, they already have this phone built, the iPhone 13 mini and 12 mini, so they know how to make the phone, and all they have to do is just repurpose this design, get rid of one of the cameras, make the display an LCD panel, add USB Type-C, and then presto changeo, they have an absolute banger winner on their hands. In my opinion, the iPhone SE 2025 is going to be a letdown to all the fans of the smaller phones like myself, and I know a lot of you out there, and I really wish that Apple would just go back to a smaller form factor. I understand why they don't, because people just want bigger and bigger and bigger, but there is still a market for the smaller phone. It's just Apple knows, it's not that big. It's just frustrating though to see the one beacon of hope that Apple sort of kept small all these years. The original iPhone SE was released a few months after the 6S and 6S Plus were released, which were larger phones at the time, and that was sort of the entrance for a lot of people to get into iOS at a lower price, smaller screen, and in a more enjoyable experience, at least in my opinion. A less engaging experience. The larger the phone, I think a lot of people have a harder time pulling away from it. So at the end of the day, we know what the iPhone SE 2025 is going to look like. It's going to be a 6.1 inch display. It's going to be big. It's going to have OLED screens. It's going to have Face ID. It's going to probably have the action button. It's going to have USB-C. It's just going to be an iPhone 14 with USB-C and an action button. And that to me is just so disappointing because this is the type of phone that they have consistently made smaller, and it's going to be a sad day when the iPhone SE and the mini lineup sort of ceases to exist, but this is what I think they should make. The iPhone SE mini would be a wonderful phone for them to release alongside the iPhone SE at an even cheaper price. That'd be even better. Thank you for watching. This is Biscoff with Techno Eclipse. If you want to see my reviews on the iPhone 13 mini, you could check that video out here. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.